Today, we're going to look at Insolation Energy Limited's Quarter 2 Fiscal Year 2026 earnings and their future revenue, EBITDA, and profit targets. So, let us start. First, we have the H1 fiscal year 2026 earnings. If you're wondering what H1 and H2 means, H1 means the first half of the year. So quarter 1 plus quarter 2. Insulation Energy right now does not release quarterly earnings. So these earnings are not quarter by quarter, they are by the first two quarters combined. Let us start. Everything is in crores. So in first half of fiscal year 2026, revenues were 776.7 crores, 25.6% growth from H1 fiscal year 2025. EBITDA increased even faster, 30% growth, 30.6% growth in EBITDA, 113.8 crores. EBITDA margin slightly increased to 14.7% from 14.17 12 months back. Then, interestingly, profit before tax increased by only 25.6%. So it seems that the interest cost, the depreciation cost, they increased faster than revenue, which led to profit before tax increasing around the same as revenue. Okay, 97 crores, 12.5 percentage margin. Then profit after tax increased by 23.5%. So it seems that the this tax amount they paid this first half of fiscal year 2026 was again way higher than the revenue growth. So tax payments grew way higher than the profit before tax growth, the revenue growth. Because you can see it only increased by 23.5%, which is still great growth. So 23.5%, 80.1 crores. All right. Then, what about execution? So, their new 3 gigawatt solar module plant. So, the earlier capacity was 1 gigawatt. They were establishing a 3 gigawatt plant, and that's now operational. So, let us read. The already commissioned new 3 gigawatt solar module plant and the upcoming commissioning of 1.5 gigawatt by quarter 3 fiscal year 2026 will position us strongly for the second half of the year. We are currently in quarter 3. Okay, quarter 3 is supposed to end by December. All right. So 3 gigawatt is now already commissioned. It's operating and is 1.5 gigawatt additional is going to be coming by quarter 3 fiscal year 2026. Then talking about long-term strategy, we have already started construction work on a 4.5 gigawatt solar cell manufacturing plant and 18,000 MTPA, megatons per annum aluminium frame manufacturing, and expect it to commercialize by second half of fiscal year 2027. So second half of fiscal year 2027, we are currently in fiscal year 2026, is 18,000 MTPA aluminium frame and 4.5 gigawatt solar cell manufacturing. Both of these are expected to come. Now, these are not expected to contribute to revenue. Okay, solar cells, aluminium frame are components of solar modules. Earlier, for example, Insolation will have to purchase solar cell from, let's say, company A, and the company A may have its own 10 to 12% profit margin. I don't know the exact number, but I'm just estimating. Let's say 10% is the profit margin, okay, of that company, company A. Now it's going to produce the solar cells on its own. It's going to supply its solar modules, its own cells, so that earlier 10% profit margin, which they were giving away to the manufacturer, they claim they will not take it themselves. That is why their profit margins will increase. An aluminium frame is again the same thing. It's the same. Now let's talk about future aspirations. The company is aiming for some big growth. Now, fiscal year 2025 revenue was 1,334 crores, around that number. They're expecting revenue to increase to 3,300 crores in fiscal year 2026. Fiscal year 2027, 5,500 crores. Fiscal year 2028, 8,600 crores. So to get it right, by fiscal year 2028, which is like 2.5 years away. It's like around 2.5 years away. Hold up. And sorry, wait. Sorry, yeah. 2.5 years away. Revenue is expected to increase in a span of 3 years. Fiscal year 2025, 1,334 crores to 8,600 crores. That is 13, 26, 39, 52, 65, 78. More than 6x revenue in like 3 years. That is massive. And even more impressively, EBITDA is increasing from 512 crores. They're expecting EBITDA to reach 512 crores in fiscal year 2026, then almost 4x to 2064 crores. EBITDA they're expecting to grow way faster than revenue. Way faster than revenue. They're expecting the profit after tax margin to increase to 11.09% first, fiscal year 2026, and reach 16.01% profit after tax margin, the pure profit margin in fiscal year 2028, because of the solar cell, this aluminum framing manufacturing. We talked about it earlier. It's called backward integration. So you can see the company has some massive plans. But how are they going to support it? One way is this. They're expecting the module manufacturing to be 4 gigawatts end of fiscal year 2026, then reach 5 gigawatts by fiscal year 2027, and then reach 8 gigawatts by fiscal year 2028. Cell manufacturing, aluminum manufacturing is supposed to come like this. You can see cell manufacturing fiscal year 2027, 3 gigawatts they're expecting to reach, or 3000 megawatts, same thing. Aluminium framing expect to reach 18, then 54,000 metric tons, million tons, I don't know. Empty, it's the same unit. I think it's I think it's metric. It could, I don't know. Sorry, I don't know. And where is this revenue supposed to come from? Majority is supposed to come from solar module. Not certain cell aluminium that is for backward integration. That's for their own products. So solar module essentially, or panels, majority of revenue is expected to come from here. Then EPC, which involves installation of the solar panels and all that, is supposed to be the second larger contributor. And IPP, where they will make solar panels, and use those solar panels to sell electricity. They will make solar panels and solar farms and use the electricity generated from that to sell the electricity directly to clients. This is the most profitable segment, but it's very capital intensive. So more profitable, way more profitable than EPC, way more profitable than solar module cell, but it's way more capital intensive. So by 2028, it's expected to be the third largest revenue contributor, way lower than solar cell aluminium, but I think will contribute a lot to EBITDA. Operation and maintenance, okay, 30 crores. And another reason for the profit after tax percentage increasing, other than the backward integration, is the IPP, independent power producer. I think the full form is, that is way more margin adding. It's way more profitable. So as that is going to increase a lot, overall profits will also increase a lot. That is it. Big growth expected for insulation energy. Let's see if they can actually keep up that growth.